It's more fishing with colourful sinkers.
Is that what it is? Fuck. I think you're right.
It works.
Effective.
Hey, I've caught fish doing it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Deep Drop. This is a fishing podcast. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Luke McCredden, and with me, Adam Ring. Adam, say hello to the people, please.
Hello, people, please. Welcome back to another podcast. And I think I just summed up what the podcast is right there.
Yeah, good. That's a brilliant start. Welcome, everyone. It is great to be back and great to have you back if you're a returning listener. It's good. Good, get amongst it. It's all happening. Let's be honest. It is all happening.
It's ridiculous.
Just straight off the top. And I do like to make sure we cover off on anyone who's just jumping on for the first time. So what is the Deep Drop all about, you ask? Well, this is where I handball to Adam. And Adam, I'll let you take from here and try and make some sense of it, please.
The Deep Drop podcast is like a bullshit yellowfin bite on the south coast of New South Wales.
Yeah.
When you hear that it's on or it's happening, it's tools down. And you get to where the action is.
Yeah.
So when you hear that there's a crazy yellowfin bite, it's tools down and you get to where the action is. And when you hear that a new ep of the Deep Drop come out, it's tools down, headphones in, and you go to where the action is.
Wow. What a yeah. Well done. That's great. That's as good. It's current. It's topical. It's on point. It's on trend. Hey, look at you.
It was an easy one this week. It was an easy one. The yellowfin handed it to me on a platter.
Yeah, fair enough. And listen, we're going to get into that in a minute because we've called in the big guns to talk us through the yellowfin bite that is happening on the south coast of New South Wales as we speak, as we record, which is bloody exciting. So we're up and about. I just wanted to special mention to everyone this week who has been in touch via the socials, Adam, of course, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Lots of people getting in touch. Spotify. Lots of people reaching out, getting in touch, having a bit of fun with some of the stuff we're putting up on socials. So thank you, and please don't stop. Let's just get it going even more.
Keep it coming.
Absolutely. There's all sorts of stuff. If you're not across the socials, please get across and give them a follow and we just have a bit of fun on their ads, to be honest.
There's a little bit of everything. There's show clips, there's reactions, there's a little bit of topical stuff. There's
Did you see the thing I reacted to just the other day? It's popping off, by the way.
The filleting thing?
The skinning
thing?
Dude.
Yeah, that's it, the skinning thing. Dude.
So not only is that becoming part of our boat ramp,
yep.
That's a bit of a game changer. Can you imagine a day out on the whiting?
It can't be that easy, can it?
It
can't be that easy. Because there was everything from these tiny little fillets where they looked like they were filleting back and front, like taking off the membrane on one side and the fillet and the skin on the other. And then they got these little weird, what looked like
almost flatty tails. Yeah.
And they just flicked them on and just rolled them around a little bit, and all of a sudden they were ready to go.
It took me a minute.
I want one.
I want one. I just... Yeah, and look, it's nothing wrong with doing when you're skinny, and some people keep the skin on, but with the King George whiting or even flatties, it's just a bit of that. It gets a bit like, I can't be fucked doing this. This is too hard.
The flathead one's the worst. I'm going to put this on record right now because the flathead fillets aren't flat, which sounds weird.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you can take the back bit off, but the belly skin's left on, and you're like, well, if I wanted the skin, I would have left the whole thing on. But now I've got this weird rounded bit where I can't really get the knife under. And I know there's going to be people in the comments, and please get amongst it when they say, you fill it down to one end and you grab a towel and you just pull the skin off and it pulls. Yeah. You know what? Tried it, and you know what it did?
Tore the fillet enough.
Shredded my fillet. It didn't just take the bones; it took the whole thing. It just ripped the bastard in half.
I'm a skin puller. I pull the skin. Yeah. I'm not bad at that.
To work.
Yeah. Sometimes you end up using you're really digging in a nail or something, your thumbnail or something to grab hold of it, and it can make a bit of a bit. It's a nice feeling when you can peel that and it just peels off perfectly. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen often.
No.
But when you peel it off perfectly, what a feeling!
Satisfying.
Yeah. I feel like I need to head down to the markets and show them how it's done.
Nailed it.
Apparently, there was a comment on that, by the way, that it sounded, and I don't know, it might have been someone that might have been a fishmonger or something, and said in the commercial processing sort of factories or whatever they are, they use those.
Okay, so they're legit.
Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, that's yeah.
So how is there not a downscaled recreational version?
I mean, the one in that video looked small enough. Like, it didn't look like a big, commercial machine. But
I'd love to see the
you're
big
sort of
ones.
talking like almost a handheld type arrangement.
How is there not one that no different to say a vac sealer, where obviously there is these big industrial ones that are unbelievable, but there's also the smaller, shittier home version. But why is there not one of them?
Yeah, but you could also say the same about scalers. There's been a few attempts to make it a scaler that just does it for you while you hover over it, but do any of them really work that well? And I'm not trying to shit on them, but it's just one of those things that sometimes the best scalers outside of doing it manually that you see online are like drill bits that people have made themselves that just
or a high pressure hose.
or a
Get
high
the
pressure
Karcher
hose,
out. Yeah.
It's a weird thing, scaling and skinning. It's not. It's that.
There's got to be a better way than
an
manual
opportunity.
knife work.
We haven't brought up a business opportunity for a while for people to jump on. That might be one. Bring
Is
to market an affordable,
compact enough
for
but still get the
recreational
job
use.
done?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if we could do it so, like when you see some of those like woodworking benches and stuff where depending on how you want to use it, you just pull a pin and flip the bench top and it's got a different...
Yeah.
What if we had one where at one side you've got this little filleting or this little skinning apparatus, yet if you just unpin it and flip it over and then put the pin back in, you've just got a scaler.
Jesus, nothing wrong with that idea.
Because that'd be pretty sweet.
Be amazing. That's all you need in life. just in general.
just a one-stop shop filleting and
all right, we'll get to work.
Skinning and
We'll get to work on it. We
need some concepts.
Yeah, give us your thoughts on it, by the way. Drop a comment down on the Spotify app that you're listening to right now. Or if you're not, on Spotify, jump over to, Instagram and just flick us a note. What do you think? And is it doable? Now, we just want to be safety conscious because we're talking probably sharp objects here. So I don't want anyone going out doing anything silly. But, yeah, it's got to be something in
It
that.
would be...
Imagine
It would
just
actually
coming home
be
with a dozen
game-changing.
whiting and just whacking the fillets on that table, and in literal 2 minutes you've just scun them all.
And they're perfect, and that's what blew me away. There was no torn flesh.
No.
There was no like, oh shit, the tip of it got caught in there, and I'm
And
trying
you don't
to
wanna
wrestle.
get- you don't
trying
wanna
to
get the
wrestle the fillet out of it.
You don't
and you
wanna
never
get the
just
tip
want
caught.
the tip caught. Because
Nah.
your instinct says just pull on it and fight back, but it's not the best decision.
No.
So but there's none of that. It's perfect, and they're not careful about it. They just
sort of
sling
threw
the
it on
fillet on there and
Let it do its
away
job.
they go.
Amazing. Anyway, if you haven't seen what we're talking about, jump over to the Deep Drop Instagram account and have a look. I'm all in on that. The website, Adam, the deepdrop.au is another place you can get in touch and check out all the previous episodes. So a bit of info, bits and pieces on there. And of course, and very nice. Oh, I just tapped to my cap and I realised it's not the Deep Drop cap.
Yeah, don't order that one.
No.
You won't find it.
Hang on, I've got, there we
That's
go. There's
better.
a beer
There
and a
we
stubby
go.
holder. So talk us through
There
the
we
merch
go.
combo, please, Adam.
So the merch combo, of course, the Deep Drop cap, which we, if anyone out there is well deserved, we don't hesitate to tip the Deep Drop cap to those that deserve it. A beautiful cap to tip, a beautiful cap to wear, and a beautiful cap to wear to all occasions. And we've been through it, whether it's a gender reveal or a first birthday or a 95th
reveal.
birthday, you
That's
can
new.
rock the Deep Drop cap, and everyone will go, I like it.
Fair enough,
And then
yeah.
then when everybody's starting to think, oh, the guy in the Deep Drop cap's legit, out of the pocket comes the Deep Drop stubby holder.
That's a solid move at a gathering, isn't it? The whipping of stubby holder out of suit pant pocket, or
That's right. That's right. It's about asserting dominance and letting everybody in the crowd or at the event know what's up. And nothing screams that more than a bright green stubby holder that's whipped out of the suit pocket and it's the perfect combo.
It's a great combo. It's a great combo.
I'm going to throw this to you because I have a question for you.
Yeah, fire away.
How do you make the perfect combo even better?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that the deep drop legends will cover your freight, so don't worry about that. But there is now, describe this, a fistful of squid jigs. Is that what you describe this as, Ads? Because I'll tell you what, there isn't many more than what I've got in my hand right now left of the limited edition deep drop squid jigs created for us by Rui, who, most Victorians and South Australians will be very aware of Rui squid jigs being one of the better squid jigs in the market. He has put together a beautiful green squid jig with the deep drop logo on the back, and the only way you can get your hands on them at the moment, because there's bugger all left because they have gone like hotcakes. And thank you everyone, by the way, for jumping on the deep drop combo merch pack, because that is the way you'll get one of these bad boys, Ads. We will throw it in the bonus Rui deep drop squid jig with the combo. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a pretty bloody good deal.
So it's pretty.
And there's not many there. Honestly, there's not many there. It's been better than we anticipated, Ads, as far as just the uptake. So we may have to down the track get some more, and we will look at that. But if you do want those now, I would jump in pretty quick. Grab yourself the cap and stubby holder combo for $40. We'll cover your postage, and you will receive the limited edition squid jig.
Perfect, and it's easy. The deepdrop.au, hit that. Head over to the merch page. You'll see it there, and we'll do the rest. And by we, I mean Luke will do the rest. He'll package it up. He will take it down to the post office. He'll write your name on it, and he will lob in a squid jig, which there is an official name for that green, Luke. It's the Deep Drop Green.
Deep Drop Green, thank you.
So yeah,
we might register. We might register that like Cadbury registered and trademark the purple.
Yeah. We'll own a colour, whatever.
Hey, I don't know if you. Just as you were talking, then my chair. Over the journey, this chair has featured in our podcast a lot. It's noisy. It's got some creaks and cracks to it. It is next level noisy at the moment, and I think it's on its way out. So I just apologise to everyone if they just hear a random noise that could be confused as a fart. Could you hear it?
I heard it then.
Oh,
that's
it's bad.
That's the first time I've heard it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's
don't retire it. It's part of the show now.
If anyone knows anyone who can hook us up with some sweet studio chairs, we'll give you a shout out.
Chuck it in free with the next merch pack.
It's hard to get a good chair for your desk or your studio or your whatever it is you do. Seriously.
And I can't.
When was the last time you went chair shopping?
Never. And no. Because
plenty on the market.
But what sort of options are there? Because do I want to go and outlay for a gamer's chair?
No.
Like, is it the move? Like,
unless it's branded the Deep Drop, I'm not interested. Oh shit. Okay. Something there.
Black leather, green stitching,
Fuck.
Deep Drop green logo in the heads in the.
Okay. Well, I'm interested now. Now. Yeah, I know it's a hard one. Anyway, this isn't about chairs, this podcast, but I just want to say that this is, and it's at the point now with all the shit's peeled off the arms, and that annoys me because I end up with fucking shit all over the floor. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it. I need a new chair. That's where I'm at, and
that's where it comes down.
I apologise for any creaks and noises the chair makes. Okay, good. So massive thing happening, Ads on the south coast of New South Wales. We mentioned that off the top. You likened this podcast to a crazy yellowfin tuna bite. I am so excited by this for so many reasons, and I know you are too. We're not going to sort of fluff around with this too much. What I've gone and done is dialed in Lee Rayner, who is a good friend of the show, but also, when it comes to yellowfin, he'll drop what he's doing to go up and find him, and he's done just that, as many people have over the last week or so. So let's just get him. Let's do it. And we've got Lee on the phone right now. Lee, are you with us?
Yes, I am, boys.
What's going on, pal?
I'm actually relaxing at the moment. My body hurts.
Yeah. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Something pretty bloody special has happened over the last couple of weeks on the far south coast of New South Wales. Give us your take on it, mate, before we go into too many more questions, because I know Adam's got a bunch as well. But what is going on?
The last few years, boys, the yellowfin tuna fishing's just got better and better. And this year it was just like the perfect storm. This has been going for like 8 to 12 weeks. You've had this warm current from the north pushing down, meeting this cold current, and it's all sort of trapped in along the coast off Bermagui and all that part of the world, but it's inside the shelf, and there's just been this wild yellowfin tuna bite for so long. But they're getting fish from Jarvis Bay all the way down to Merimbula as well. Like, it's been quite wild. And normally when we get a yellowfin bite, it's like really short and in a very small area, but this year it's just kept going and going and going and over a big area. And last week it just hit an all-time high. An absolute all-time high for the amount of yellowfin tuna that were on the south coast. It was absolutely wild.
So is this basically, is it just about those currents, Lee? Because what is it about? Because I'm sure we've had currents before in the last few years, and admittedly, you're not being a game fisherman at all, let alone a yellowfin fisherman. I remember my first few years in a tackle shop as the glory days of yellowfin fishing, where basically we'd sell a heap of hooks for cubing, a heap of pillies themselves to go up as cubes, and King Brown Laser Pros, and that was about it. Why? What's made it so unbelievably out of the blue? Because, like I said, the seasons have been improving over the last couple, but I don't think anyone predicted what's going on right now.
Oh, I don't think so either, mate. What's interesting is the big fish are in the cooler water. Like, they're actually in this cold, scungy-looking water, but it's just full of bait. And it's just the basic formula of game fishing. Find the bait, find the fish. It's just been, I suppose if you'd say, the perfect storm. Just the right conditions, the bait's there, and the fish have just been loving life. And what's really changed the last few years, and I'm certainly no guru at this, I've only just really sort of got into it the last few seasons, is for years and years you watch these big yellowfin jump around and we're either cubing or trolling and you caught a few, but then now, like, stick baiting is the way to catch them. And now there's stick baits designed for catching yellowfin and gears aimed at yellowfin, and it's just the most exciting form of fishing, guys, because I don't care what anyone says. There is not a better looking tuna than a yellowfin tuna.
Oh, I reckon we've had this discussion on the podcast about best looking fish in the world, and I reckon it's been up there. Globally, yellowfin tuna are so highly sought after for all sorts of reasons, but as a sport fish, they just tick all the boxes. And to now say that, you know, the opportunity to go and cast top water lures all day and just be getting epic bites on big fish, by the way, like you're talking, how big are some of the fish we're seeing at the moment?
Oh, look, there's classes sort of 20, 25, 40, and 50 to 60 kilos.
So on top water, that's insane.
That's insane.
It's wild. Like, it's wild. I had a couple of eats this week where the fish is eating the lure and you're like, oh no, like just big ones, just like just, you're just like, oh no, like you'd see little like 20 kilo fish busting up, and we race up to the school and go, cool, get a 25. And then you toss in, and then like a 45 just comes through and barrels your stick bait. And you're like, it's awesome. Like, it's like someone's got a tattoo gun and just tattooed these images in my brain, because I will never, ever, ever forget the fishing that I had on Friday.
That's the ultimate. That right there is the ultimate. Yeah, you can get a feed, you know, you can use some cool gear, but to have that, like you just said there, Lee, so descriptive that you've just got that memory forever now. That's what it's all about.
It's absolutely wild, man. Like, I'll give you two scenarios, boys, that will hopefully sum it up for the people listening. I have one fish, I'm working the stick bait back to the boat. A 40, 50 kilo yellowfin jumps 4 foot out of the water, misses the stick bait, hits the water, comes back out again, 4 foot in the air, misses the stick bait again. By that point, the stick bait was like 10 foot from the rod tip. I've just cranked it in, lobbed it 20 foot back out, and this thing has come out 6 foot out of the water with the stick bait in its gob.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
and you just like the catching of the fish is second to just how bloody exciting it was.
Yeah,
I had another one on for half an hour that I could not budge. Like, this thing was probably more in the 60 kilo range.
Yeah, right.
Could not budge it. and I'd already caught 4 in about 9 casts, so I was wrecked. And you're pulling heavy drag on these fish, so I was that done. I was trying to get around the nose of the boat. It was just vertical, and as I was trying to get around the electric, he's shaking its head, pulled the rod down, and the braid touched the prop, and I cracked it off. And I said on film, I go, that was my fault, right? I went back, sat down, tied an FG knot. We pulled out lunch, sat there, eating lunch, watching the show. Just literally watching the show of yellowfin all around the boat.
You know what I love? We often, like you just spoke to before, adds the old days and, Yellowfin Alley at the back of Montague Island, all that sort of stuff. One of the things I think about a lot, and obviously seeing a few of the pictures you'd sent through during the week, Lee, back in that time, so you probably recall it, Lee, better than we do, but I was certainly young.
Are you saying I'm old?
Yeah. Ancient. There was the word I was going to use.
Okay, yeah. Fossil.
But we were probably young guys in that era, just probably jetty rats. You were probably out and about because you were game fishing when you were 6 months old. But I remember like when Dad fished that area in the late 80s and whatever.
Yep.
The idea when you compare gear, right? So it's all heavy overheads, trolling, big boats because you got to go out wide, blah blah blah. To see you in what's your boat, Lee? 4.8,
4.8 meter
center console, casting spin outfits that look, comparatively, if you saw that back in that late 80s period, you'd think you're probably going trout fishing. The world has just changed rapidly, and it's wild to me that I love where it's gotten to now, where it's like, sure, you can troll and you'd have a blast of a day trolling skirts or hard bodies and whatever it is.
But the boys are. The boys that are doing that, they are.
The idea that you can whip out a light spin out, well, not light, you still got to have a bit of balls to it, but a spin outfit and chuck a stick bait, like it's so cool. I love where we're at.
Oh, it's absolutely wild. And even just how the gear's downscaled the last few years. Like when this all started, guys like Mike Benici and that started the yellowfin stick baiting thing. It was like Stella 20,000s and Saltiga 6,500s. I'm using a Stratic saltwater 10,000 on a Venom PE5 rod, and it's so much nicer to use because your outfit's smaller and lighter. It's still got loads of drag. I've still got over 300 metres of 60-pound braid, but I'm doing it with this compact gear. You can make long, repetitive casts for the day and not get tired. And then when you hook the fish, you've got gear that's really comfortable to use as well, and that helps to knock the fish over quick. So it's wild to think that we're doing it with this gear these days. At
the risk of sounding like an absolute prisoner of the moment, why does the world just feel like a better place when there's a good yellowfin bite? Like, what is it about yellowfin? They hold this unbelievable excitement. I would say higher than a good marlin bite, higher than anything I can think of where, we've seen the excitement around bluefin at home, around Port Phillip Heads and at the heads of Western Port and the back of Phillip Island. We've seen that, and that was really cool. And then we've had some kingfish seasons that have been really unbelievable. There is something about a yellowfin tuna that breeds an excitement that just makes fishing feel like it's gone to a completely different level. Is that something that existed way back when, or was it just part of the game season? And what's the feeling around town up there at the moment?
I think you're right, Ad. I think because as kids, yellowfin were the fish. Yellowfin were way above marlin. Like that was the thing, to be a good yellowfin fisherman or a big yellowfin, because marlin weren't around in the numbers that they are these days, right? So your dads and that, it was all about yellowfin, and it's just something that, and then we didn't see them for so long. For so long, right? And then now they're starting to come back, or they're back, and it's just, it's like childhood memories are being made, But also, I had dinner the other night with Scott Bradley and also the guy and his wife who own Mr. Hooker now, which is a 36 Blackwatch. And Bernie said to me, he fished in the 70s and the 80s with the Graham Bakers, the Keith Applebys, and fishing yellowfin alley and doing all that cubing stuff. And he goes, Lee, this fishing is way better than back then. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he goes, this is way better. He goes, back in the day, we caught heaps of 20-kilo fish, and every week or two we'd catch a big one. He goes, there wasn't schools blowing up for miles of 40 to 60 kilo yellowfin. I'm like, really? And he goes, mate, this is way better. This is world class. And it really is, guys. This is world class. Like, we saw stuff on Friday that you go, are we in Cabo?
Yeah.
Are we off Mexico? Like, just the blow-ups were just insane.
I've got no doubt that there's Americans watching some of the content that's getting around on social media going, yeah, I've got to get to Australia real quick.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
And I know it's a bit of a crystal ball type question, but there's loads of bait. What are we talking, souries and stuff like that, mainly?
A lot of souries, and that's what makes it. Nothing makes tuna more whipped up than souries.
Yeah.
They just love them. But Caitlin and I were up there the other week, and she got her first one. Her first ever yellowfin, 55 kilos on a stick bait, a kilometre off Montague Island.
Well,
right?
I was going to say that too. Like, how long can we expect these, the currents and the right water to be in the right spot to keep the fish around? Really, like I said, a bit of a crystal ball thing, but like, is it something that could hang around for a little bit longer?
It certainly could, mate, because you've still got warm water pushing down against cold water. Like, it's moving around a bit, but you'll look at it and go, oh, it's going to be all over, the water's changing, and then it resets, and you get this big hot edge meeting a cold edge, and the fish are just there. So I would expect it could just continue. Like, we could, start to see marlin and yellowfin together. Like, marlin in the warm water and yellowfin in the cold water. Like, it could be that crazy. But Luke, the 55 Caitlin got, when we gutted that one, that had sauries, pillies, squid, and yakkers in it.
Yeah, wow.
So they're just living the dream. There's bait everywhere. You're driving along, sounding bait everywhere, and then there's sauries showering, and then there's pillies, and there's birds bombing on pillies and sauries.
It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate. Hey, can I throw another wild thought in? If there's that many yellowfin, could there be every chance that there's some proper big marlin floating around looking for a feed?
We were talking about that the other day, and what's interesting is out over the shelf in the warmer water, there's a heap of 20, 25 kilo yellowfin. Now that's 25 kilo yellowfin are like, to a blue marlin, are what a slimy mackerel is to a striped marlin.
Now, people, just people that may not, get what we're saying here, and this is something I've learnt from you over the years, Lee. A 20 kilo tuna, which for me and Adam would be like, how good's this? In marlin terms, is the perfect bait size.
Yep.
So 10 to 20. So that's where my head went for a second, because I know that, and I've got no doubt you've been thinking about this as well.
Yeah.
Is there a chance at is it just blues?
Yep.
Like, could there be some really big blacks coming down looking for these fish too?
There could be. The only thing that would probably put me off a black would be that it's come into October, November, which is big black spawning season up in Cairns.
Up in
biggest
Cairns.
black marlin fishery in the world.
Yeah.
But I would expect if you ran across a blue marlin out there at the moment, it would be a pig. It would be a big fish, and it'd be one of those ones that when he eats the lure, you just go, oh, we ain't going to get this. Like, they just, it'll be a big one. It'll be a proper one, that's for sure.
It's just life creates life. It's a pretty cool part of the world, and it's something that I'm really chuffed, because I just love that South Coast, and I love the stories of back in the day. So realistically, what you have experienced over the last week, and what a lot of people that are getting out there have, is basically creating history in a way, if you think about it, if you want to get nostalgic.
It's making dreams come true, mate. Like, I lost a fish the other day on the 6 Mile Reef at Bermagui that was every bit of 60 kilos. Like, on the 6 mile. You can see the water tower at Bermagui. Like, it's wild. And to get, a fish the other week a kilometre off Montague Island, it was literally like a dream of mine. I always wanted to see a big yellowfin caught right up next to Montague, and to see that happen was
so cool.
Like, making dreams come true, and that's what it is. But like this trip, I made the effort. I didn't want to kill a tuna, so when I was stick baiting them, I ran single hooks. Right, I didn't run trebles. I had a hook out pole, and it was difficult to try and hold a 50 kilo yellowfin next to the boat on your own and juggle out a 200 mil stick bait. It wasn't easy, but I was proud to say that I let 7 out of 8 go. Oh no, 8. I let 7 out of 8 go in a day. I had one die on me that was 25 kilos. But, and guys, this is the great thing too, because there's so many fish getting caught, a lot of guys are like, no, I want to be letting them go. So there's so many fish, your hookup rate's not as good on a single hook as it is on trebles. but there's so many fish guys are like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is something I've seen a lot on socials. There's a lot of guys that are changing over to singles, or they're fishing barbless hooks. They're doing all that. And that literally, especially from what we've experienced recently here at home, the fishing must be pretty good, because, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of yellowfin, and it's unbelievable, because in our lifetime, and we all experienced this pretty recently, we experienced a mass exodus of Victoria, and that was first during COVID, and now because of yellowfin. Like, that's twice in a lifetime. There is that many Victorians up on the south coast of New South Wales at the moment, and rightly so. This reminds me of the old school days, Lee, when you'd hear on a Friday night down at Tackle World Cranbourne that there was a massive marlin bite or as a yellowfin bite, and all the game dudes would come down on a Thursday, Friday night, stuck up on their stuff, and just drive there and get it done.
Mm.
Well, Friday there was 20 boats fishing out of Birmingham, and that's why I think the fishing was so good too. We had great conditions and not a lot of boats.
Mm.
On Saturday, 150.
Jesus.
There was 150. There was over 100 on Sunday. Like, it was just wild. We were one of the first ones to launch. We're like, it's not that busy this morning. And then we were there, and then it was like just this train of boats coming up the coast towards us, and we're like, holy shit.
But why not? This is
so good.
You know,
it's so good.
It's great. It's great.
It is so good, and it's good for these towns, guys. Like, these towns, they need it.
Yeah,
you know, they do well these days, but they need it. And no one injects money to these small towns like fishermen. I've worked out on Sunday, average boat burned 150 litres of fuel, probably more. 15,000 litres of fuel got burnt out of Birmingham on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So it's very, very cool.
Matt, you just
imagine,
the local bakery would have done a record
Imagine how many
weekend.
bacon and egg rolls. Imagine how many bacon and egg rolls old Scotty Radley turned out.
Apparently you couldn't get into Birmingham Bait and Tackle on Saturday morning. You literally couldn't get in the door because the guys wanting coffee, bacon and egg rolls and fish and tackle.
Oh, what a time.
So good.
Hey, last one before we go, because I know that people were still going to be wanting to get up there once there's a break in weather or whatever. But is stick baiting your best option, or is just the most enjoyable? Like, you know, if people just want to fish, simply want to fish, is it troll, hard body, skirts,
Laser Pro, Laser Pro, 190s, 210s, troll a couple of Laser Pros and a skirt or two, but definitely divers seem to be catching a lot of the fish at the moment. Okay. But yeah, like 100% get up there. Like even if you got 2 a day, that's wild fishing.
100%.
Yeah.
Like wild fishing, you know, it's just put it in perspective that if you could catch 2 if someone said, come to Birmingham, you'll get 2 30, 40, 50 kilo yellowfin, you'd be like, I'm in the car.
Yeah.
So it's that
Mate,
good. And look, Luke, you and I are supposed to be going whiting fishing sometime next week or the week after to do some filming. I can tell you now, if the weather's good,
you won't be here. I might not either. I might secretly stash myself in the back of your ute.
Go whiting fishing at Birmingham.
I think you two should probably both come with me, because then I don't have to wind them in.
Yeah. Mate, I love it. I'm that pumped. And, hey, thanks for giving us that summary, because it's just so exciting.
It's so special.
And I suppose, anyone with a bit of that, that just
go. Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Just go do it. Thank you, Lee. Good man.
No worries, boys.
Ads, what does 25 years of innovation and development get you?
I'm tipping a fair result, Luke.
Correct. And that's exactly what the team at Spotter Sunglasses have done. 100% Australian owned and operated, Spotters are designed to survive and withstand Australia's toughest conditions.
From chasing barra in the top end, fishing the rugged WA coast, exploring Tassie, suffering through the bitterly cold winters here in Victoria, or cruising up the east coast of Australia. Whatever you do and wherever you go, Spotters literally have a pair to cover all of it.
And you're covered from the glare and UV exposure with Spotters.
And they're bloody stylish and comfortable too.
The range of frames and lenses is massive, so do yourself a favour and head over to spotters.com.au and check them out.
Luke, Lee said something really interesting in the chat that we just had, and it's kind of triggered my memory to something that you brought up on last week's show that we definitely need to cover.
Right.
Lee just explained that there's this crazy bite of yellowfin and a lot of them are being caught on top water.
Yeah.
Yet the guys trolling were doing better on deeper diving hard bodies, not shallow running hard bodies, which seems like a little bit of a contradiction. Now, the first thing that my brain went to is, I can jig them.
Oh, did you?
And then I remember you from last week saying you had a bone to pick with jigging because you did a little bit of it
Yeah.
up at Hamo, and it reignited your passion for jigging to the point where it might be, apart from top water, because it stands in a league of its own, I think we can all agree,
Yeah.
it might be the most fun you could ever have fishing.
I would go as far as saying take out top water, as you said. It is. It absolutely is. For me, I love it. I love everything about it. And
so there's a little bit going on. So you did a little bit of jigging. My mind went to jigging for yellowfin, which I don't know why. When they're all eating stick baits, just throw stick baits. Don't take jigs.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought, look, you and I have done this thought experiment, then turned it into practical application. And it got me thinking, with snapper season just around the corner for us here in Victoria, seems like a terrible segue from big yellowfin on top water.
Yeah.
But why are our home waters not jiggable?
Yeah, I know. And this is the thing that bothers me, because I think let's not strike a line through it. It is, but it's not. It's just not conducive to that application of fishing as a whole. So we've got offshore rubbly grounds and a bit of reef here and there, but we don't have that consistent heavy structure reef or the big bommies that come up from 60 to 30 meters, or the grounds that typically will hold schooling fish that you can come around and drop jigs on, and like kingies, and we've got the kingfish, we've got the species here. We just it's probably the grounds to do it. You and I did, I don't know if we've spoken about this on this podcast actually, and I think this is what you were kind of alluding to before. We had this idea, it was probably 10 years ago, mate, to be honest,
a long time ago. Yep.
where we wanted to jig in the middle of winter on the south coast, similar area to where they're catching the yellowfin at the moment, but with really slow pitch jigs, if anything, like the Lacanis style, if people are familiar with those, or the Baku jigs that Shimano do. Slow pitch jigs, and we just wanted to fish through winter up there, purely just doing that and nothing else, to see what the outcome would be. But again, it's all over reef. There was reef stretches for long stretches of reef, with the odd bommy and the odd sort of canyon, and so there's so much more to set up a drift or to set up a run of a line to jig on, and without saying that it's 100% doable, particularly in the West Coast. There's great places to jig for snapper in fairly deep water and that sort of thing. I'm just selfishly wishing that it was more, to your point and using your word, more jiggable in Victoria as a whole.
Can I pitch jigging in Port Phillip Bay and Western Port? Can I pitch that to you right now? And then I want you to pick it apart for me, because since we did that trip a very long time ago now, a lot has changed in the jigging space. I want to re-pitch it to you, and then I want you to tell me, A, if you're re-inspired to go jigging at home, and then pick it apart for me. So here's the pitch.
Right.
Here's the pitch. We're not necessarily in Victoria looking to catch snapper that are stacked up like Christmas trees.
Yep.
We find it. The theory is they're small fish, they're not really active, they're bunkered down, yada, yada, yada. You want to find the ones where you, in a football field size patch, you've got 2 or 3 fish spread fairly consistently within that sort of confine. If you see fish mid-water or 1 or 2 meters off the bottom, don't bother not feeding fish. If that's the case, why when fishing soft plastic for snapper at home, which happens quite a lot, even in 15 metres, 12 metres, up to 20 metres of water, you still want to fish light jig heads 1/8 to 1/4 because most of the fish seem to eat a falling plastic, not one that's been worked up from the bottom. Hinting that maybe we're leaving a lot of snapper on the table because we're not targeting fish that aren't hard on the bottom. So now with modern jigging technology, jigs that don't need to be worked at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you can slow it right down, say, as light as, for this application, maybe 20 grams, 15 grams maybe, but anything less than that, the jigs themselves start probably getting too small. We have specific gear that can control a 15 to 20 gram jig. We have oversized bait caster style reels that make it insanely comfortable.
Yeah.
I could argue that the best way to target suspended snapper would be with a vertical flutter style jig. So all of the action or the vast majority of the action is coming on the fall, not the retrieve.
Yep.
Exactly what you want, which is conducive to our snapper. But you can target the fish that are suspended, which I would argue are catchable, not feeding. Pick it apart for me, because I believe everything I just said.
Good.
But
Yeah.
but still am not 100% inspired to spend 3 weeks mucking around with small vertical jigs for snapper, knowing that I can just put a soft plastic on.
But it's the only way we'll really get a good read on it, right? Like, to do it a day, a year, having a crack, it's not going to mean much, because you'll stumble across one and go, oh, yeah, it works, but then you'll still go, yeah, but I need to put a pilly on or a soft plastic on. I like it. I think you're right. I think in the peak of my interest in that sort of thing, and I did, and you've been with me when I've tried it in Port Phillip Bay many times, and it probably was around the time where there weren't many options in I think 40 grams was probably the lightest jig that I had anyway. And
the rods probably weren't around to really control a 40 gram jig
100%,
to its peak.
Yeah. So not only to your 100% right, not only are there now rods to control 40 gram jig, but there are rods to control a 10, 15 and 20 gram jig. So we've seen a massive uplift in I suppose, interest in what, whether you call them micro jigs or not, jigs that are in that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 gram bracket in various parts of the country. I think I am absolutely willing to have a crack at those lighter jigs now. But the other thing you probably didn't touch on is the line. The line technology's changed too. You can with the braid options available, even leader to a degree. Like everything, it makes every element and every aspect of it easier. I don't want to say easy, but you know what I mean, like more doable. But and then the slow sink, 100%. The other thing is the big wide or long sweeping action that you would give like a slow pitch or a flutter jig gives it more of that hang time. So yeah, I'm believing what you're saying too, Ads. I think I'm on board. I like it.
Can I throw something else at you? And I know I am speaking your language.
Right.
How interested would you be in a 20 gram bottom ship jig?
Yeah, for sure.
So would you class bottom ship? And I don't know what they're actually called. I just remember them when they were over here. Would that be more viable to you than a classic like leaf jig or flooded jig?
Maybe. I think it just
because the extra squid,
yeah,
the sort of squid covered assist will give it a tiny bit more hang time, but you could never get them light enough for our fishery.
No. But see, 20's still, I mean, I would like it even a fraction lighter. But the thing is with it, right, and this isn't just made up, this should work. Like in parts of the world that we fish, like New Zealand, with this style of fishing, it smashes it.
And that's where that's where we've seen that. I mean, it's not a new thing, but it was something that was big in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But a very different fishery.
It's very different fishery, especially to like a bay, like we're talking about. Completely couldn't be further from it. And
it's a weird bay. There's little tidal flow. There's more than there ever has been. But
what we're talking about though is
crazy.
And this is, I mean, this is a conversation that could be taken so many angles about so many different fish and techniques. But what we're ultimately talking about here is if you putting the right lure in front of the fish's face at the right speed or the right fall, like that's what we want to be doing here. It's not even, you can almost disregard to a degree the bottom and the reef and the depth and all that. What we're talking about is targeting those fish that might be mid-water or 2 or 3 meters off the bottom and just giving a lure, jig in this case, the right amount of time to hang there and really get a reaction out of them.
And I think that, and I think that's what really swung me on it. Because again, I've tried the jigging thing with you, and we caught everything but freaking snapper. And you're just like, you know what? It might be viable, but I haven't got the patience because there's 5 better things I could be doing right now to try and get one.
Yeah.
So my argument here and my point is not can I get one snapper to eat a jig at one point during the season?
Yeah.
But is there a scenario pointed out, particularly with suspended fish? Could this be a really viable way to catch snapper that you can't find pressed hard on the bottom? Because we've both had it. We've had it fishing together. We've had it fishing separately. Sometimes it gets really hard to find an area of bottom that's worth fishing where we're seeing, because we do fish in a place that has it's very little structure. It's basically a big mud pit.
Yeah.
And you'll find these paddocks of snapper, but it can be like finding a needle in a haystack at times.
Yeah.
But you do get these stretches where you find fish that are sitting 1 or 2 meters off the bottom, or they're hovering at mid-water. And they've always been, for as long as I can ever remember, don't target them, they're not catchable, they're just chilling.
Do you reckon there's
an argument,
know if
though, I agree.
Do you reckon there's an argument, though, that they're actually the fish that you're getting on soft plastics?
I could argue they're the fish you're getting on bait.
Yeah, because they're following it down.
Well, that's
or they're
right.
just picking it up.
Because the way that we fish Port Phillip Bay is with as little weight as possible. You're just giving the bait more hang time.
Can I broaden the question to just Australia? Like, with the exception of probably WA, who do it better than probably, when I say better, like more consistent than anyone around the country, where they do jig pretty hard, their demersal fishery, which is awesome, and with success, snapper included. The Sydney mid-north coast or even south coast, and calling the community in here, are you guys jigging snapper much, or is it mainly soft baiting and soft vibes? And if
vibes, don't get me started there.
If not, that's can of worms. If not, why? Like, what's going on? Like, is it just again, just going back to the New Zealand thing? Snapper love a jig. They smack the shit out of it. WA snapper love a jig. So what's going? Like I said, west coast of Victoria, out deep off Portland and Warrnambool and places like that, snapper love a jig.
Love a jig. Yep.
I think, is it us? Is it us?
And this is what I mean.
It's a confidence thing. We talk about lure fishing as confidence.
100%. Is that what it is? Because I find anyway, and I guess it's probably being a result of being brought up in the fishery that we have in our backyard, Luke. But if for the 1.5 times a year that I go into freshwater, I find suspended fish the biggest head fuck of all time, because you're like, what do I do here? Because freshwater fish by nature, whether it's our cod or yellow belly or bass in the impoundments, they will sit anywhere they want to between the water column, and they're all catchable. Identifying which part of the water column they're in and then how to get a lure to them efficiently is key. We don't get brought up like that in the saltwater.
No.
It's either hard on the bottom or you're not catching it.
Yeah.
And that's the rule.
Why is that a rule? Let's break the rule.
I don't know. But
Break the rule.
It can't be. I'm not saying it hasn't been. We've all caught plenty of fish off the bottom, but
No, can't be.
are we leaving? Especially when the sounder's telling us the snapper not on the bottom. Like,
What's the ideal jig? What's the ideal jig that we're talking about here? Because we know now more than ever, more than even 10 years ago when we were doing a fair bit of this sort of stuff, there are more styles of, a vertical or slow pitch, whatever jigs. So what is it? Is it something that is fairly straight up and down with a gentle flutter, but it's got like a nice squid type assist that gives it a bit of hang time and makes a bit of noise? Is it something that's got some real grooves in the metal that make the thing go really fucked out from side to side? Is it a bottom ship style that's all about the angle and the shape of the jig itself to give it that how that the way it sinks and falls?
yeah,
and
it
the
gives
way
it like a real wavy type action.
Wavy type action. Or is it a Lucanus style,
Does that count as jigging?
I think it falls into the category. Because what do you, that's, are we going to
Falls
start
into the
arguing
category
about
of what?
what is jigging? Like, but do you know what I mean? Like it's, I actually caught a couple of fish on Lucanus, which took me back just the other week up north. But you're not, the action you're imparting is not like it is with a slow pitch jig or a mechanical fast jig or whatever.
It's more fishing with colourful sinkers.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Fuck. I
Throw
think
it
you're
out
right. Yeah. Is there something in? Yeah, it is. It's just a big weight. I got nothing on that. It's an effective.
It works.
effective-
Hey, I've caught
Yep.
fish doing it.
So what are we talking about then? We want something that is, say
What do you-
let's
what do you
let's
think?
say we're
What do you
talking
think?
16 meters because we only talk in even numbers when it comes to Port Phillip Bay.
Correct.
There is no odd number depth.
Nope. Fish don't sit in odd numbers in Victoria. Everyone needs to know this.
It's 14, 16, 18 or 20.
Correct. And if you want to go real shallow, it's 6, 8 or 10.
It's 6 out of 10. So if we're saying 16 metres,
Yep.
we know that the tidal flow is not a major factor in
Yep.
Port Phillip Bay. We're just using our own backyard. But I want the community to think about their own backyard in this situation too, whether it's, inshore reefs off Eden or out off Port Macquarie on around some of the headlands. I'm just throwing it out there.
Even come at me with the western entrance of Western Port, which
Yeah,
you
yeah,
and
yeah.
I have both jigged in as well.
Yeah. So it's thinking about the water, thinking about the movement, thinking about the depth. You got it. That the weight. That's where the weight comes into it. Just regardless of the style and shape, it's just the weight. But then it's about, all right, what do I want this to do? I want it to, I want to give it some hang time. I want it to some sort of flutter or commotion that attracts the fish, but I want it to be in that zone long
Flutter's
enough the fish
nice.
can make a decision. Because you know
I
what
agree.
else
I
has
don't want
changed?
I don't want anything swinging out real wide. It seems unnatural for a snapper.
Nothing
to eat
too
that,
wide.
to me.
Yeah. I also feel like
Like a
this is
shimmy, a nice
this is another conversation. I reckon snapper are lazy as fuck too, in a way. Anyway,
Yeah, agreed.
the other thing that's changed, ads, is just on depths and weights and stuff. When I, as a youngster jigging, if you're in 30, 40 metres, you're using heavy as possible. For kingies and that, I'm using 200 gram jigs, 250, whatever. The other day, fishing in 60 metres of water with out off the Whitsundays there with 80 gram jigs comfortably. And I was like, that's just a change in mental capacity, I reckon.
Well,
And-
serious question for you because I don't know the answer.
And I just need to preface that though by saying we were sitting like on spot lock too, right? So we're not moving and getting smashed with tide, and Sorry, go on.
Is when picking a vertical jig, is it kind of like a jig head where you're trying to actively use the lightest you physically can?
I think, depending on the jig, I think if it's those fast vertical mechanical jigs, it
doesn't matter. Just get to the bottom and work it fast.
Yep, go hard.
Yep.
But I reckon if you want to, and this is where I think this snapper conversation comes into it. I think if you can work a 20-gram jig in 16 meters and give it really good hang time and a nice, and you're not going to lose fucking 40, 60 meters of line out the side, 100%. I'm not fussed about size. I've caught some big fish, whether it be kingfish, snapper, red emperor, recently on small jigs. Like they will eat small jigs. Do you know what I mean? That was the other thing back in the day. You wanted those long, big profiles, but I don't think it's that. And I don't think snapper are necessarily all about that. We've seen every reason to think that snapper eat massive stuff because they do, but also equally small things, whether it be a Lucanus jig or a small bottom ship jig or micro jig, whatever. So, I don't know whether we're getting any answers into this.
No, I was just about to say. So to wrap this up, in your opinion, and be honest, it doesn't need to be a one-word answer. Are our home waters jiggable?
They're jiggable, but it's not the ideal.
So still, would you say it's in the not really worth it pile, or do you want to play around with it a little bit first?
Are we being honest here? We've got the community here. I don't want to talk rubbish to the community. I want to be honest. I don't know. And I'm up for absolutely anything when it comes to having a crack.
Well, this is why, to me, you're the best person to ask, because you will jig if you given the opportunity. You would like to jig.
All right. So here's my summary. And you raise a good point. When I was doing this, times have changed as far as everything: lures, rods, reels, line, jigs themselves,
sounder technology, everything. The whole kit and caboodle.
So I gave it a fair crack back in the day, and loved it because I just love that shit. Wasn't the best way to do it. So, put it away and said, I've had a go. Now thinking about it in the way you've laid it out, I'm absolutely willing to have a crack again. On paper, is this going to be the most effective way to catch a fish? I don't think so, but I really want to have a go. So should the community have a crack? Fucking oath. But if they've only got a short a couple of times a year to fish, there's probably better ways, more productive ways to do it, especially inside the bay. If you're heading offshore, I reckon it's a very productive way to do it if you can find the grounds. Yeah. But did that answer anything, Adge?
Yeah, no. Well, this is the thing. I used to think there was an answer. Now I'm not so sure. No. By mentally picking it apart for a little while and going, okay, if it was gonna work, with everything that's changed and what we know now, and if it's gonna work, it's probably going to be now. My biggest intrigue is around suspended fish. I don't care about the fish on the bottom. If I want to catch them, the last thing I'm tying on is a metal jig. I just want to be. I want to be clear about that. I have zero confidence in it. I want to work out how to catch those other fish.
You're more going.
I really want to know. I really want to know if for years we have been ignoring catchable fish. It could be because we sound around and we just look for fish in 2s or 3s that are hugged up really tight on the bottom, and then you drive off 20 meters and you see another couple more. I really want to know. And I think there is a way that could unlock this and answer it really quickly. I think it will happen this year. Mate, the scope is going to be all over this shit.
Yeah,
the forward-facing sonar guys that can actively identify suspended fish and can stroll them, or can put a metal vibe, or a vibe style lure or something that they know that they can present comfortably to those midwater fish.
Yeah. Okay. Is Victoria jiggable? I think is the question we're going to ask tonight. And I want the community to get involved in that and let us know. And it don't have to be just talking about Port Phillip Bay like we have. I just no. I think there is a world where it absolutely is, and maybe just when you think everything's kind of covered from a lure or a product point of view, maybe it's an area that hasn't been.
The answer is going
yet.
to be obvious, yes, for kingfish, but I would argue. Outline to me the last solid kingfish session you had where jigging was the way to get them.
When?
Because, give me an example of when you, the community, have fished for kings. Because that'll be the runaway answer. Yeah, it is. The kingfish fishing's been good in Victoria. We have got a jiggable fishery, but I would argue. Come at me with when the last time the kings went off in Victoria on jigs.
Good question.
Because
I feel like it's a live bait fishery here. Yeah. But again,
people at Welshpool, reach out, tell me, prove me wrong. Is it a jigging fishery? I just want to know: is Vic jiggable? Let's open it up. We've talked about snapper. We've talked about Port Phillip Bay. Is Vic jiggable? And give me some examples.
Brooksy, what do you think?
I think most penis.
Fair enough. I think that sums it up pretty well.
He's probably right.
He's probably right. All right, it's time for these ads.
The deep drop.
Top 6.
I think most penis.
That's a big statement right there. That was something happened there. Someone in control of the buttons pressed something they shouldn't have. Can we look into that, please? Who was fucking around with the panel up there?
Gary.
Gary. Yeah, I thought it was Gary. Fucking Gary. Seriously, he shouldn't even be here. Top 6 time, Adam. Now, obviously, people that have been around for a bit on the deep drop community will know that last week was the first week where we changed things up, which was purely on the back of the community having their say, Adam, and wanting us to go down the path of going 6 to 1 and actually ranking our top 6s, whereas historically we've just gone 1 to 6 in no particular order. How did you feel about last week, by the way?
Felt pretty good about it. I feel as though we can tighten it up a little bit, and I think that will happen organically as we get comfortable with the new format, like everything. But I felt good about it. I felt pretty good about putting them in a solid order. It's it can be daunting being held accountable for your actions. And
no fence sitting anymore.
I feel as though there's a little bit of pressure with top 6 now. I'm not going to lie. But we'll see what happens. I'm keen to keep going. Well, you a fan? Did you think it came up all right?
It was good fun. Yeah, I loved it. There was some good feedback on socials about, where was this, where was that. I think the overarching the 6 was well supported, particularly the top sort of 2 or 3 ads.
Any outstanding calls for stuff that didn't make the list? Any riffage?
Yeah,
intros?
There was. So it was guitar intros. And if we go into, I'm just padding because I'm having a look in real time. Thanks for the heads up on the question. Van Halen. Van Halen and Money for Nothing by Dire Straits got a mention, which we actually, did we say that was an honourable mention? I can't remember.
Got an honourable mention.
Yeah.
You Van Halen fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not a diehard, but I certainly
never got
appreciate
into
Van Halen.
I don't not like him, just never got into him.
The Smells Like is clearly number 1. Yeah, so Smells Like Teen Spirit should have been number 1.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not going to argue with that. That's fine.
So there was some feedback there. There were a few messages too. So I think the key there is that we're never going to get it perfect, and that's okay because that is what you, the community, are here for. So, Adam, talk us through what we're doing tonight for our top 6, please.
Had a crisis this weekend, Luke. I had the dubious task of trying to organise with my 2 children what was going to be for breakfast this week. Ooh. And it got heated and fights had to be broken up. I nearly lost my mind. But I thought, this could be a real good one for the top 6. So tonight, Luke, we are going to break down and rank in order from 6 to 1 the top 6 breakfast cereals.
Okay.
Because the winner in my household, the
here?
winner in my household over the weekend will not feature in my suggestions.
Really? So let's just talk through a bit of criteria. Are we just saying all cereals? We're just what we think, how we rank them as by flavour, by
Let's not overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
When you think about what cereals your go-to would be, if you had to put them in order, if someone said to you, if your darling wife said to you, I need you to sort out the cereal arrangement in this household, what are the ones you grabbing? So it's not what's most popular around the internet. It's not what you've heard.
Okay.
What you personally, what do you like?
I feel like it's probably time for me to throw back to early 90s, Luke, because I think that's when I was in my cereal prime.
Yep, nice.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a big thing. It's not a high rotation now as an adult, but but I certainly have a good, I guess, rotation and circulation of cereals going through the pantry now with the boys. So I'm probably a bit swayed by them at the moment, which is fine.
Mate, I fear that my suggestions for this topic, I fear that I've aged quite dramatically in the last few years. Now, don't get me wrong, All Bran is not on the list, so I haven't aged that much.
You know, All Bran, if we were doing a worst cereals ever, would be number one as the ultimate worst cereal. What the fuck even is that shit?
Mate,
I remember eating that as a kid, and it just felt like I just took a bite out of a tree and was just chewing on dry bark.
You know why, Luke? It keeps you regular. That's why you were eating it as a child. And I must say, if there was ever a situation in your life where you found that your body didn't feel like drinking anything that was liquid, just have a couple of mouthfuls of All Bran. I guarantee you'll be back on the drink quick smart. Doesn't matter what it is. Water, milk, whatever. If you just don't feel like a drink, have a couple of mouthfuls of that shit.
Oh, what the hell? Anyway, I'm glad we're on the same page there and we can... I mean, that's just... Yeah, no. All right, so, look, okay, should we put a few on the table? Because we need to... There's a lot, let's be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot.
If you throw your mind back, but also look at what's on the shelf at your local Woolies or Coles now, there's a lot.
There's a
lot of variations, like different flavoured versions of ... So I think we need to keep to the core.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
So, I mean, I'll start with what's on rotation for my two young kids at the moment, which is Sultana Bran, cornflakes, Nutri-Grain.
Oh, Nutri-Grain.
Kind of the
Yep.
Kind of the.
I overlooked Nutri-Grain.
Remember Nutri-Grain as a kid? Was it Trevor Hendy that promoted that? And I thought, fuck yeah, I'm going to be an Iron Man.
Iron Man food. Yes.
Terrible advertising for kids. I never became an Iron Man, by the way.
No, but I ate the shit out of some Nutri-Grain. So
smashed it. And and you're not doing life properly if you've got young kids and making a bowl of Nutri-Grain for them if you're not taking a couple and eating them while you're making... Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I don't know. What have you got to throw on the table now? I think we've got to throw some out, and then we just need to.
Yeah. Well,
break them down.
I had a classic Wheat Bix, but I need clarification on the Wheat Bix thing. Are we including cereals where outside condiments need to be added? Because I feel Wheat Bix is as bland as they come. But it's a great base to build your own.
It is a good base.
Whether you like to throw some fruit on it, or you just like to empty half a container of sugar on it. It's a good base to make it as healthy or as disgusting as you really want.
I think we can just call it out as it is because it's, and I don't want to make an early call, but I think Wheat Bix could be in the top 6.
I feel as though it's a staple.
Yeah.
And there's so many different ways to have it, which could be.
What is it about top 6 that I start smashing my microphone stand? It's because you know what it is. It's
excitement.
My pen. I'm
it's
fucking
excitement.
Left-handed. My mic comes in from the left. It's on a big boom arm, and it's got this fucking. Anyway, sorry. I'm just. You know what? I've just got to get past the studio situation at the moment with my chair and the mic stand and all that.
Yeah,
Let's
just
move
focus. It's all good.
All right, so Wheat Bix is on the table.
So Wheat Bix, I want to throw in Cocoa Pops. I think of the shitty, sugary ones. That's my favourite.
Because
my kids love it.
Yeah, right.
And
Okay.
And I'll indulge myself every now and then, responsibly, with a bowl of Cocoa Pops.
So
every now
if we're
and then.
talking about the sugary shitty ones, you sort of talk about Cocoa Pops. Do you put in these Fruit Loops thereabouts, or is that?
Well, this is the one that wins out with my girls is Fruit Loops. Used to love them. I find them a bit hard to get through a bowl these days. Probably
So
an age thing.
can we say have you had Fruit Loops like as an adult recently?
Yeah, and they're small and they're shit.
What are you doing?
Oh, you know,
You must have had a rough day. That
It was for
Alright, so-
breakfast. At least it wasn't
Yeah.
for dinner.
yeah. Oh, we've all done that. So from the shitty sugary ones, can we sort of say that Cocoa Pops is probably going to represent?
Yep,
In the
100.
top-
I think
yeah.
I think that should probably be in the 6.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah. Do you know what I think about? The variety packs that you used to get.
Yeah.
What were the key ones in there that you sort of would dive on straight away? Cocoa Pops was that.
Cocoa Pops was that. They
can't
were
remember much
more.
about
I
what else
realised
was
them
in
as a
there.
kid. I think there was a Fruit Loops one. There was definitely a cornflakes one. And a
Cornflakes,
rice,
I
and a
feel
rice
like-
bubbles. Where do you sit on a rice bubbles?
Yeah. Oh, look, it's
I used to eat the shit out of rice bubbles.
yeah.
when I was
But what
in
are
high
they?
school.
What even fucking are they? Literally.
Do you know what it is? It's a different form of wheat bick, where I feel as though it's a good base.
Just flavourless. What do you put with that though?
Oh, sugar.
Really?
Lots of sugar.
Oh
yeah,
my
spring.
God.
I used to have it before school. Massive bowl loaded up with way too much milk because I'm not a fan
Yeah.
of dry cereal. Just throwing it
No.
out there.
I mean, who is?
Yeah, you want it to get all soggy and you want to be able to drink what's left over.
There's only
And
one
then I
thing.
would just
there's-
sprinkle sugar over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the bubbles would just fucking disintegrate. Yeah, there's only one bit of cereal that you can have dry, but like I said before, one or two, and that's a Nutri-Grain. That's
Yes.
a little gem, you know. You just
That's
smack
true.
a
But I
couple of
wouldn't
them
sit
down.
there and
Oh, you wouldn't
smack
eat a
on.
bowl of them, no. Fuck.
No.
So, because I kind of feel like we can almost separate out from the pack at the moment a couple here, and I'm just doing this to try and Wheat Bix, cornflakes, Cocoa Pops. Are we sort of saying, all right, they're in that 6 somewhere?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go
Rice
those
bubbles?
3. What do you?
Not convinced about. Not convinced
If you
about it.
had to eat a cereal
Now,
tomorrow morning for breakfast, what are you going to?
Sultana brand or Just Right?
Just
Just
right.
right?
You're
Yeah,
talking
okay.
my language.
Just Right. It's just right. All right. Well, that's
Sultana
fair.
brand is solid though. I do like.
Yeah. Because
Sultana
we have
brand is
that here at the moment. My youngest is into that. So
Yeah,
that's,
Sultana. Can I throw out a variation and just tell me if it's legal? I feel as though it's worthy of a mention. I haven't had them for a very long time. Just throwing it out there, but this variation is that good. I still remember eating it
shit.
for the first time.
What are we talking about?
Crunchy nut cornflakes.
They're the real sugary bad boys, aren't they?
Oh yeah, sweet
Yeah.
as hell.
Well, I think we can. I think that can be the call out if we're going to talk about. All right, so. I'm
But-
just making some notes.
But I don't think we can have crunchy nut cornflakes and cornflakes in the top 6.
No.
If I had,
it's one or the
and if
other.
I-
It's one or the
If
other.
I had to pick one, I'm probably going OG. As much as I
Oh,
remember
okay.
the crunchy nut, I still think, again, what is it with Australian cereals? Tell me what the fuck a cornflake tastes like. It's just a solid base.
None of it tastes like
we like
anything.
feeding ourselves in the morning with shit that doesn't taste like anything.
Nothing tastes like
Bland,
anything.
just bland.
Wheat Bix, nothing. Cornflakes, nothing.
Nothing. Rice bubbles,
Rice
nothing.
bubbles, nothing. Well, Cocoa Pops are rice bubbles just soaked in fucking chocolate, isn't it? Or Coke,
Yeah.
or whatever.
And that's why it's awesome.
Nutri-Grain. I do. I wouldn't mind
Oh,
arguing
Nutri-Grain's got
that
flavour.
Nutri-Grain should be thereabouts in the 6. Just saying.
Oh, no, I think Nutri-Grain has to be in there.
All right, we need to start forming this because I think we've kind of
We've got the mains.
got the mains sorted here. So can I just run through 6 of where we keep going back to and tell me how you feel about it?
Yep.
Wheat Bix, cornflakes, Cocoa Pops, rice bubbles, Nutri-Grain, just right. Or are we
She's a
subbing
bland-
out rice bubbles?
She's a bland top 6.
But it's all fucking bland, mate. Like,
Yeah, I know.
let's just throw in fucking oats and granola and call it a day.
Oats. A bit of porridge.
Do we want to put in Sultana Bran instead of rice bubbles?
Yeah, I'd be comfortable with that because I'd prefer to eat.
Let's start. All right, it's time to rank.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
I think we need to give ourselves almost a timer. To just go right.
No, I'm good.
Up,
No, I'm
let's
good.
rank.
No,
Okay.
I'm good. You kept me accountable tonight. Can I throw the first one in an order? Can I
absolutely.
say number 6 was got to be Wheat Bix?
Okay.
Because I feel as though, and please correct me if you think I'm wrong.
No,
I just feel as though it's more of a nostalgic one. Wheat Bix is an absolute iconic Australian.
Yes.
We all ate them when we were kids.
That's why I feel like it has to be in the 6.
Yeah.
But for it to sit at 6, I'm okay with. How many do you do? Remember that conversation at primary school? Yeah.
Yeah.
How many did you do? I did 6.
Yeah, I was in that 6 to 8 range.
It's 8. Oh, because I thought I was in the upper echelon, but fuck, 8, that's not
Oh,
bad.
there'd be some psychopaths out there that are smashing 12 to 15, I reckon.
12 to 15. That's 2.5 litres of milk.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Oh, and you've got to be fairly quick with the Wheat Bix too, because it sucks up that milk real fast.
Whooshy turns to slop real quick.
All right. Okay, so then we're left with Just Right, Nutri-Grain, Cocoa Pops, Corn Flakes, Sultana Bran. I'm feeling Sultana Bran could probably follow Wheat Bix at number 5.
Would you prefer Sultana Bran or cornflakes?
Nah, you're right. Are we going Crunchy Nut or just OG?
Nah,
Cornflakes?
just OG, I think.
All right, well, Cornflakes has to be number 5 then. That's what I'm saying. How do you feel about that?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well,
Because realistically, have a look at Sultana Bran. Can I make a controversial call here?
yeah.
It's flat all bran with some sultanas thrown in.
It actually is. And I've never thought about it like that.
But it's so good. I think I snorted. I apologise for that.
Wow. You're right. It's just fucking marketing.
So does that automatically make it number 5?
Yeah,
Or does
you're
it?
right. No, or does it remove it from the 6?
Does it drop it to
completely?
6?
Let's
Because
put
sultanas
it
are solid. Sultanas transformed that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if it wasn't for Sultana, if it was just Bran. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm going to throw one to you now. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 left as far as spots go. Where's Cocoa Pops, the sugary treat, going? I don't think it can be number 1.
No, nah. My heart says number 2, but my mind doesn't want to promote the sugariest, shittest one on the list.
Without thinking, I thought 3.
Yeah, okay. What were you thinking for 2? Just so I can get some perspective. I think there's a clear number 1.
Oh, what do you think's clear number 1?
Nutri-Grain?
Yeah. I'm
You think? Not too sugary.
still
I'm telling you,
shit,
the
but good.
Iron Man food made you feel not as bad
Yeah.
about eating it.
We all love Trevor Handy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just pencil that in for a minute. Just so we can start mapping out.
Yeah. So
All
we
right.
got Nutri-Grain number 1. We
Yeah.
got Sultana Bran number 5 and Wheat Bix number 6. So what are we left with?
2, 3, and 4. We've got Cornflakes, Cocoa Pops, and Just Right.
Just right. Me personally, what are you
Yeah.
thinking for number 2?
Oh,
What are
if
you
it was
thinking?
me personally, I'd be saying Just Right. I reckon.
Yeah, me too. Personally, me
That's
too.
what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Cocoa
Yeah.
Pops 3,
Yeah.
because I think Cocoa Pops shits on cornflakes.
Cornflakes. So just for the record, are we saying OG Cornflakes?
Yep, OG cornflake.
Fair. All right. Well, let's just, before we lock this in, we've gone number 6, Wheat Bix, number 5, Sultana Bran, 4 Cornflakes, 3 Cocoa Pops, 2 Just Right, 1 Nutri-Grain.
Yep,
We're doing it.
yep.
All right. Let's do it. Let's present it. Tell us how we're doing, people, because Jesus Christ, we've spent
This
way
was
too
tough.
long on breakfast cereal. This was tough. This was tough, but we have landed, Adam. We have landed on our top 6 breakfast cereals, and I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. Read them out. Read them to me.
Here we
Let's do
go.
it.
Number 6, Wheat Bix. How many do you do? Number 5, Sultana Bran. Number 4, Cornflakes. Number 3, Cocoa Pops. What was the guy? What was the mascot's name? He had a name, didn't he? Don't know. We'll look that up. Number 2, Just Right. And number 1, Nutri-Grain.
I'm pretty happy.
How'd we go? How do we feel?
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Nothing offends me there.
I'm okay with all of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as we know, we'll get some feedback, which is fine.
And we'll forget one standout, obvious one. I'm sure of it.
Yep. Give us your thoughts. Take yourself back to, sort of the 8 to 13-year-old age group there, and just that's where you got to tap into, I think, in that. And I'm okay with all of that. I probably Just Right probably was lower down the list as a kid, but I think we need to add a little bit of currency in there as well. So I'm okay with all of that.
Do you think our brothers and sisters from the United States are going to see our top 6 and go, "You poor bastards, were you just deprived of cereal as kids?"
Yeah, they'll say, "Was this the top 6 list of least fun cereals in the world?" Because they literally just
how
pour
old
buckets
are
of
these
sugar
deep
into
drop
their
guys?
throat. Yeah.
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 Are they senior citizens? Like, what's
What are they?
happening?
They have all sorts of funky shit, but it's all
they got insane
terrible
stuff.
for you.
Oh, Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Is that the vampire, Captain Crunch? The vampire
Isn't
dude?
Captain Crunch the lion or the cat or something?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
What's the
Fuck, I don't
vampire one? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, but they got loads of stuff that taste like... probably tastes a billion times better than most of the stuff we rattled off, but at least...
It'd also kill you by the age of 20.
I was going to say, you and I aren't excessively overweight.
No.
And, we're up and about.
That's not bad. That's a good list, ads. And I'm happy to leave it there. Brooksy?
I think most penis.
Yeah, fair enough too.
Yeah, I knew we'd leave that out, but that should be in there.
Let us know what you think of the top 6. Also, yellowfin tuna. Have you got amongst it? Please let us know. Send some pics. I'd love to see a deep drop cap on someone loaded up with a yellowfin tuna. That's, give us that if you're out there amongst it. And the big one, I think, the big one for the community tonight is Victoria Jiggable. That's what we're really asking, and give us any layer of that, because obviously there's a few layers to it, and there's a lot of different perspectives of that. Give us whatever it is that you're linked to, and tell us, is it jiggable? Has it got opportunity to be jiggable down the track? And breakfast cereals ads, I'm confident with our top 6 and comfortable, but hey, we know it's not going to please everyone, and that's okay. That's what it's all about.
Tell us your feedback. Tell us your feedback.
Give
what
us
did
your
we
feedback.
miss?
We are done, ads, for tonight. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you very much, Adam. Have a good one.
Peace.